Hello there, I'm back, and look what I can do now! No one's done this before, right? Because if there's one thing I hate, it would be this. Anyway, onto the video. So about a month ago, the YouTuber Flare claimed in a tweet that TF2's community was running low on creativity. I know, I'm incredibly fast to respond to this. I also got a new PC recently, a 64-bit one in fact. Or at least I think that's what the 64 at the end stands for. Well, Flare's tweet caused a lot of beef in the community, with a lot of people telling him, and I'm saying this quite nicely, that his opinion was not well informed and that he was a person of below average intelligence. This isn't what the video is about, however. No, what I think is that his opinion isn't an isolated case, but merely a reflection of an ongoing trend. More simply said, people think TF2 is dying again, but this time it's just the creativity of its community. Everyone expresses it differently, some like Flare stated directly, others simply yearn for the good old days of Jimbo and Stairs and oh, isn't it bad that Muselk moved onto Overwatch, I mean Fortnite, can you just settle down for once? The question remains, is it true that the creativity is dying? Well, I feel compelled to answer that question because I'm the only person to not get blocked by Flare. Oh man, is it sunny outside? Because I'm throwing some shade. Well, basically, my answer is no. At least not my opinion. It's really up for debate, but that is also not what this video is about. I think TF2's art community is doing exceptionally well, but it's being held back by a lot of shortcomings and it could flourish a lot more if more people helped it grow. So we finally reached the topic of our video, which is me explaining what you, yes you, no not you can do to support the creativity of TF2's community, even if you're not a creator yourself. And this advice applies to all kinds of creative content, be it videos, artwork, music, analysis, games, Hotline Photos recently got a new demo, and many more. And because I know that the average viewer has the attention span of a mayfly, I will start with the simplest ways to help first and end with the most complex yet most effective ones. But don't worry, it's only 3 in total. So let's begin with the first one. It's very likely that you already know and follow a lot of creators because you like their TF2 content. And that's perfectly fine. After all, this is the way it's supposed to be. But what isn't fine is how often these types of creators are harassed for straying away from the usual topics. For example, very recently, Pyro Joe and Scorcher were slammed and harshly criticized for daring to upload Fortnite videos, which caused them to even lose subscribers. Now it's all up to you if you want to watch these videos. You don't have to consume anything you don't care about. But maybe there's exceptions. Phew. Well, my point is that taking a look at this kind of content that's unrelated to your interests is very important. Well, duh, of course it's good for a creator if people actually watch their Minecraft Let's Plays for once. Alright, yeah, sure, but it's not just important for the creators, it's also important for you! No, still not you! Get out of here! Wait, huh? How is it important for me to consume content I have no current interest in and oh, I see where this is going. Glad you asked! Totally not me with a different voice. To help you understand, I'll employ the help of a TF2 related analogy. First up, it prevents burnouts. Imagine you're a medic main. Alright, I think that's impossible for about 90% of our players. So try to imagine the possibility of perhaps taking into consideration the option of maybe thinking about being a medic main in this hypothetical scenario. So you're out there healing peeps and you're pretty good at it and you love keeping your team alive. But soon you realize that you have to keep playing medic all the time because no one else does. And if you don't, people complain. So you keep going, but you start to notice all the tiny annoyances. Teammates not protecting you, stealing your medkits, running away from you, etc. Which all pile up on top of each other. Repetition is exhausting, can turn into disinterest or even hate, and even make you want to quit. And not just the creator, but also you, the fans. Consuming too much samey content also gets stale after a while. It's like eating your favorite food every day. Eventually, you'll be sick of it. So you got bored of Medic and decided to finally play a different class, like Sniper. You notice, hey, this is pretty fun and I'm really good at clicking on ads. You also notice how easily you can kill enemy medics because they don't hide well enough or move predictably. You learn, aha, next time I play Medic, I'll try to avoid doing that. The result? You got a breath of fresh air, found out you're good at another subject, and you learned something new that you wouldn't have learned doing the same thing over and over again. Trying out different mediums allows you to see where your strengths are and also find new techniques. And finally, it helps grow as a creator. So you've been playing Medic for a very long time now. You decide, you know, this was really fun and rewarding, my team loves me, but I want something more. So you play Engineer for a while just to do something different. But then you realize, The reason you loved Medic so much was because you loved supporting your team. Engineer also supports the team, but he's more active than Medic. And everything you've learned about positioning before now helps you move your buildings to optimal positions. And eventually you notice that you are way more useful as Engineer than you were as Medic. You've moved on. Let's face it, no creator is gonna do the same thing until the rest of their lives. Quitting before it gets too late is necessary so that the content doesn't get stale. And that's why creators need the possibility to see if there's something out there that they are good, maybe even better at. Who cares? I know what I want, and if I don't get that, I'll just find someone else. That is a very good point, but do you know what you want? Huh? Well, I never knew I wanted Germa playing bargain bin garbage games more than I wanted him playing TF2. Not even kidding, I subscribed for TF2, but I stayed for everything but TF2 because he was so much better at that. And nowadays he's a famous streamer because people gave him a chance. And I think even he realized that because he's having so much fun killing Santa on stream or painting or doing magic or whatever Meet the Albertsons was. So what do we learn? By consuming less TF2 content, you might actually get more and better TF2 content. And in the worst case scenario, both you and the creator might be able to find something you both like even better. I know, the same thing I just said, just with a different coat of paint. I get money from this. Hi, you're still stuck in this analogy, but now you're heavy, not medic. In fact, the only medic on the team is a player who's probably younger than the game he's playing. He can barely stay alive for a second because he fails to understand that bullets are supposed to come out of him, not into him. What do? German, please, I have an appointment in 10 minutes. That's right, you protect him, give him a sandwich, say thanks, and so on. But why? Why not just let him die? Because he's the only medic and you don't really have anything better? No, but because if you support him, he can support you. So, medic's not his cup of tea, who cares? Yes, but we were all bad at the start, even you. And it also motivates. Which player would rather play medic again? One who's constantly dying with no one being even there for him? Or one that's having a good time despite being bad? Yeah, but you should improve first and then people will come. True, but improving is very hard when you lack the motivation to do so. It's very disheartening to put a lot of time into doing something if no one's even there to see it. Why even put in all that effort if something with almost no effort gets way more popularity? Alright, what can I do to help? Well, glad that you ask. Just watch 30 seconds of a video, look at any drawing, read 1 to 2 paragraphs of any text, listen to the first few seconds of a song. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I tell the kids at the kindergarten. You don't have to eat your food, but you have to at least try it. Afterwards, you can still dislike it, but you might enjoy it too. But that's not it, because there's still one last way how you can help. So you're still heavy and you're protecting this medic. German, please let this analogy go already. No, it's all I have. Anyway, you're protecting him, but what else can you do? Well, tell him he's doing a good job. Give him tips on how to play medic. Explain game mechanics. You can't always be there for him, he needs to learn how to improve himself. And you can achieve that with criticism, especially constructive criticism. What was done wrong, or what could or should be improved? What was done right, or what should be enhanced or furthered? And what could the next step be? It's also important how you say it. Insults or attacks are not helpful in any way. And that is all you can do, the rest is up to the creator. And for the creators, try not to let criticism discourage you. Never take it as a personal attack, just as feedback for your work. You decide what to do with it. Apply it to future projects, disregard it entirely, or just consider which parts you can use and which you can't. Just accept the criticism, say thank you if you want, and move on. Just like how we will move on to the conclusion now. In summary, if you want to support the creativity of TF2's community, there's 3 things you can do. 1. Support non-TF2 content by already established creators to prevent burnouts and help them grow. 2. Give new creators a chance just by taking a look at their work. And 3. Give criticism and helpful feedback. And that's it, that's really all you have to do. So I think we're done here. I'd like to thank you, no, still not you, I mean you, for helping me out today. You were very valuable to me and now you're no longer needed. Farewell. Huh? No, wait, what? No, I don't want to go. I want to live. I want to feel joy. I really hope I was able to give you guys some helpful advice on how to preserve and boost creativity in the TF2 community. Speaking speaking of that, I'd like to suggest some not particularly well-known YouTube channels that you may not be aware of. So if you're interested, then take a look at S4 Videos, R, Tufti, and this guy. They make some really nice quality content and I can only recommend them. However, they're actually already somewhat popular. But there are thousands of creators out there who no one even knows about. So please keep an eye out for them, share them, and, of course, give them a chance. In fact, I think it would be a great idea if everyone who's making TF2 content wrote down in the comments below what kind of content they're making. Anyone, YouTubers, artists, composers, game makers. By the way, Hotline 4's got a new demo. So if you're hungry for more content, have a look at the comments and see if you find anything that you like. There we go, I solved TF2. No need to thank me, the lone hero never gets any thanks. But if you do want to thank me, you can subscribe, if you want. And you can even become a patron. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, special thanks to Alexis Chavez, Dr. TNT, Frozen Spaghetti, Golden Sliff, Oleg Andreev, Ren Marty, Zachary Leclerc, and as always, Xenomite. Thank you very much for your support, and you, yes, even you, for watching. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye. Actually, no, not you.